Good afternoon. I'm forewarned meteorologist Kim Adams. A few showers and pop-up thunderstorms on Exact Track 4D radar. I'll tell you when they could be in your backyard in just a couple minutes.
Also first at 4, new court appearances for several people accused of being fake electors here in Michigan. Plus, here's Paula Tutton.
I'll introduce you to James Curtis Jackson, who never touched a paintbrush in his life until 3 years ago.
I'd never been to school before or had no training.
I'll show you his genius and how he's using it to help the organization that's healing his injured life.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
And good afternoon, everyone. I'm Damon Fernandez in for Karen Drew this afternoon. First at 4, a new court appearance for several people accused of posing as fake electors here in the state of Michigan. Today, 9 defendants made their first virtual appearances in an Ingham County court. Overall, 16 people are charged with trying to hijack electoral votes for Donald Trump in the 2020 presidential election by turning in falsified documents. Now, these charges are felonies. Everyone who appeared today pleaded not guilty, did not speak in court, and their attorney said they will fight the charges. All of the suspects remain free on bond right now. The other people charged have already made their first court appearances. Well, right now, police are investigating this deadly crash after an F-150 pickup plowed into an apartment building in Royal Oak. Right now, we're told this was a dangerous chain reaction at Coolidge and Trafford. That's right on the border of Royal Oak and Berkeley. Police suspect the driver of the pickup had some kind of medical episode, hit another vehicle, and then went into the building. The resident inside the apartment is fine right now, but tells Local 4 it's not the first time this has happened. More of his story tonight at 5. Well, the city of Detroit is celebrating the power of the permanent address as it breaks ground for more affordable housing. The Orchard Village Apartments is a $15 million project on the city's west side. All 48 new units will be rented to Detroiters earning between 30% and 60% of the median income. The apartments will be built on 9 currently vacant lots, 2 blocks off Lasser and Grand River. Developers talked about why this project, they say, is so important.
We believe housing is the foundation upon which families and neighborhoods, future generations and cities are built and thrive. And we really work every day to empower our residents to be able to achieve that.
If you were with me at the housing groundbreakings 5, 6, 7 years ago, they were largely in Midtown, New Center, Corktown. The last couple of years, almost every one of them is in the neighborhoods. We are building affordable housing everywhere.
So construction on this project is to begin this month, and the Orchard Village Apartments should be completed by next fall. All right, now let's take some time to look at the first forecast. We'll see some pop-up storms this afternoon. Kim Adams is standing by with us and has the very latest. Hey there, Kim.
Hey, Damon. Hey, everyone. We've got a couple of pop-up showers and a couple embedded thunderstorms. So let's take a little closer look here. We've got one area of a very heavy downpour. I've got lightning detector on, and there's been a couple of strikes, but this is not a strong or severe thunderstorm. This is just more of a heavy downpour moving right now through Inkster and Taylor. We'll go in a bit closer here, Dearborn and also downtown Detroit, just getting in on that quick downpour. But if you go up a little bit farther to the north, there's nothing going on in Roseville. It's going to start raining in Grosse Pointe Park, but not in Grosse Pointe Woods. So when we talk about isolated to scattered, this is exactly what we mean. The rest of Metro Detroit is right now dry, but south of I-96 is where we see most of the activity. Could be a little bit more north of that, but this looks like it's going to be it. We should be done by 7 o'clock tonight. Then another round of storms tomorrow, and I'll talk about that in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Kim. So we talked about the wildfires in Hawaii yesterday, and the situation is getting much worse. Just look at the wreckage left behind the island of Maui. Now, you can see homes are destroyed, and that vegetation is still smoking after flames turned thriving neighborhoods into wastelands overnight. Just take a look at that. The death toll also jumping dramatically in the past 24 hours. Now let's bring in Devin Skillian for more on this developing disaster. Devin, you've been monitoring this and got the latest for us?
Damon, this has just been horrific to watch. Absolutely awful. These wind-blown flames spread so quickly. Thousands of residents and tourists had to run for their lives in the past few days, sometimes with just the clothes on their back, some of them running into the ocean to escape escape the flames. President Joe Biden has approved a disaster declaration for the state and ordered federal assistance for the recovery efforts. At least 36 people have died. There are fears that number could grow. The Hawaiian wildfires are now the deadliest since the Camp Fire of 2018 burned Paradise, California to the ground. We're hearing from people who are so relieved to have just made it out alive.
My wife and dog and slept in the parking lot at Whole Foods. Woke up this morning and got on our phones to pictures of our house just down to the slab. Nothing but smoke, cinders.
We're thankful that we survived, and we really feel bad for the locals that actually don't get to leave and stay here, but I feel very fortunate with their family. Thank you.
It's been scary for the tourists, but they get to fly out of it. If you've ever been to Hawaii, imagine the chaos of trying to get out during a disaster on an island. Main airport in Maui, sheltering about 2,000 people whose flights were canceled or they arrived and then had nowhere to go to stay. If you're supposed to fly to Maui, by the way, look into changing your plans. Several airlines are working to help passengers rebook their flights. The Hawaii Emergency Management Agency says its crews are still very much in a search and rescue mode, so still trying to access certain areas, Damon, trying to confirm the fire lines are secure and that they can somehow do so safely.
Man, talk about chaotic, Devin. I understand you'll have more on this at Local 4 News at 5?
Exactly right. Much more coming up, an update on the conditions in the islands. We're also, by the way, going to hear from Michigan tourists who just left Hawaii as things were about to get out of control. Very close call for them. And they'll talk about how landmarks that they had just visited are now gone.
All right, we look forward to that at 5. Thanks, Devin. All right. Well, there was one not guilty plea and another delay in the classified documents case surrounding former President Donald Trump. Today, his 2 co-defendants and employees went to court in Florida. Trump's valet, Walt Nauta, pleaded not guilty to new charges of obstruction of justice and false statements. Meantime, the former president's Mar-a-Lago property manager did not enter a plea. Carlos de Oliveira says he still doesn't have a Florida attorney. He'll now be arraigned next Tuesday. The 2 men are accused of scheming with Trump to delete Mar-a-Lago surveillance video. All 3 are set for trial in May, although the former president's attorneys would like to push that date back. Mr. Trump's denying any wrongdoing. Tomorrow, Trump's attorneys will be in court to fight over a protective order dealing with evidence in the election tampering case linked to the 2020 elections. Well, tomorrow in Detroit, some undiscovered artists will see their work go on sale. But this show is about much more than selling paintings. It's a combination of art and healing that caught the attention of our Paula Tutman. She joins us live from the art studio at Mariners Inn. Hey there, Paula.
Hey, how are you? Okay, so I want you to take a look at this painting and tell me if you recognize it. Do you know what that is? That's actually an aerial view of the Rensen from a man who says he's never been that high before, except when he was drinking alcohol. But now he sees vantages of this and so many other things so clearly. He paints places he's never been.
I was thinking about mountains and water, you know, on the beach, and just decided to paint it.
Creates vantages he's never experienced. His mountains are places he's climbed in his mind and continues to climb. They are sublime.
It's like I'm here in this water, like I'm there. It's almost, you know, to a certain extent.
This has been James Jackson's journey away from the bottle.
I'm in the Mariners Inn for alcohol abuse, and this is helping me with my recovery.
At 53 years old, he came to Mariners Inn 3 years ago, having never picked up a paintbrush in his life. And now he paints a minimum of 1 canvas per day. This is his road to recovery.
It calms my mind, and it's like it's therapy.
I've heard the guys say, you know, it reminds me of who I was before I started using.
For nearly a century, Mariners Inn has been helping men find the broken pieces of their lives.
Mariners Inn is a treatment facility for men dealing with homelessness and substance use disorder.
Tomorrow, the fruits of art therapy go on sale. James, who signs his work, Jay Curtis, will be showing his work along with 200 other artists, culminating in 10 years of a partnership with the DIA. The proceeds will go to Mariners Inn programming, but also for many of the individual artists, the proceeds will be split 50-50. For James, He lives the life he believes he was always meant to lead before he stumbled, before Mariners Inn cushioned his fall and gave him safe landing.
We have to keep helping each other, and we have to keep having hope and giving people a chance to create and play and just be the best versions of themselves.
This is my purpose right here. My purpose on earth is to paint.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Okay, so many of the art pieces that'll be on sale at the fundraising art show tomorrow in Beacon Park from 6 to 8. It'll be around $30 or so. However, James's paintings and some of the other paintings, they can go as high as $200 because remember, they'll actually split the proceeds between programming and the actual artist. This is his opportunity. Wow. This is his opportunity to say, listen, I'm living my purpose. I am indeed an artist. And I just got goosebumps. Damon, their art is simply amazing.
Yeah, Paula, such a unique perspective and such an inspiring story. Thanks for sharing that.